$1.9 million. That's the price of a mansion in most states, or several supercars, or one Harley Davidson motorcycle. Today, we're exposing the most overpriced Harleys ever made. Bikes where the price tag has absolutely nothing to do with what you're actually getting. Some of these will make your wallet hurt just hearing about them.
Also have the all blacked out version for the CVO Ultra Limited.
The Harley brand has always commanded a premium, but these bikes take it to another level. Let's count down the top 10 Harleys that simply aren't worth the money. Starting our list at number 10 is the CVO Street Glide. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful touring machine with impressive looks. But let's break down what you're actually paying for. For over $42,000, what do you get that's different from the Street Glide Special that costs $27,000? Some fancy paint, slightly bigger engine displacement, and exclusive CVO badging. That's essentially a $15,000 upcharge for cosmetics and minimal performance gains. The riding experience? Nearly identical to the standard model. If you're looking for value, you could buy the Street Glide Special and have enough left over to add custom paint, performance upgrades, and still pocket thousands. Coming in at number 9 is Harley's most expensive current production model, the CVO Road Glide Limited. This bike starts at a jaw-dropping $52,000. What makes this price so outrageous is that underneath the premium paint and factory add-ons, it's just a road glide. The $20,000 plus premium buys you essentially the same motorcycle with some cosmetic differences and minor performance tweaks. For that kind of premium, you could fully customize a standard road glide with aftermarket parts that would outperform the CVO version and still have thousands left in your pocket. This is brand tax at its most extreme. Number 8 brings us to Harley's electric gamble, the Livewire. When it launched, this bike cost nearly $30,000, making it the most expensive production electric motorcycle on the market. While the price has dropped to around $23,000, it still doesn't offer the value it should. The range is limited compared to gas bikes, charging infrastructure remains a challenge, and the performance, while impressive, isn't revolutionary. What makes this especially overpriced is the competition. You can get comparable electric motorcycles with similar or better specs for significantly less money. The Livewire might be a glimpse into Harley's future, but they priced it like it was already perfect. Stick around to see which Harley costs more than a house and offers nothing more than some shiny rocks and metal. While not a complete motorcycle, number 7 on our list is arguably one of the most overpriced upgrades you can make to your Harley. The Screamin' Eagle 135 cubic inch crate engine for nearly $8,000 before installation and tuning, which pushes the total over $10,000. You're getting a factory upgrade that's severely limited by emissions restrictions and warranty requirements. The real kicker? Aftermarket engine builders can create more powerful, reliable engines for significantly less money. This crate engine is essentially paying a massive premium for the Harley logo stamped on the side. At number 6, we have the 2007 CVO Springer Softail. This bike launched at over $25,000 when the average Softail was around $15,000 to $17,000. What made this bike so overpriced wasn't just the cost. It was that owners reported a harsh, uncomfortable ride despite the fancy Springer front end. All that chrome and custom paint couldn't make up for the fact that it underperformed compared to standard Softails that cost much less. This is a perfect example of paying more for a worse riding experience, just to have something exclusive. If you're finding value in this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. We post new motorcycle content every week that cuts through the marketing hype. Half a spot on our countdown brings us to one of Harley's biggest failures, the VR 1000 racing motorcycle. In the 1990s, this bike cost around $50,000, which would be close to $100,000 in today's money. This was Harley's attempt to compete with Japanese and European sport bikes, and it was a spectacular flop. Despite the astronomical price tag, it was consistently outperformed by Japanese sport bikes that cost less than half as much. The VR 1000 might be a collector's item now, but at the time, it represented one of the worst value propositions in Harley's history, asking superbike money for middling performance. Number 4 is the 115th Anniversary CVO Limited. This commemorative bike cost a staggering $44,000, nearly $10,000 more than the standard CVO Limited. What did that extra $10,000 get you? Special paint, some anniversary badges, and bragging rights. That's it. No performance upgrades, no technological improvements, just different graphics. This is perhaps the clearest example of Harley charging a premium solely for branding and exclusivity, with absolutely no tangible benefits to justify the cost. Coming in at number 3 is the FXDR 114, Harley's short-lived attempt at a power cruiser that lasted only 2 years before being discontinued due to poor sales. Despite being marketed as a performance-oriented machine, the FXDR was heavier than a Sportster while offering minimal performance advantages over other models in the lineup. The drag-inspired styling commanded a premium price, but the riding experience simply didn't deliver. The market eventually spoke. Riders weren't willing to pay over $22,000 for a bike that couldn't decide if it was a cruiser or a performance machine, and ultimately did neither particularly well. Our runner-up for most overpriced Harley is the 2013 CVO Breakout. This stripped-down softail somehow commanded a price of $32,000, more than many fully loaded touring bikes at the time. What makes this especially egregious is what you didn't get. No fairing, no bags, no significant performance advantage over the standard Breakout. You were literally paying an extra $15,000 for paint and the CVO badge. This bike epitomizes the less for more approach that makes many Harley models so overpriced. You're paying a premium for a bike with fewer features than models that cost significantly less. And finally, the most overpriced Harley of all time, the Buckaroo Blue Edition. This absurd creation costs $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $2 million for a motorcycle. This collaboration between Harley and Swiss jeweler Buckaroo is essentially a standard softail covered in diamonds, sapphires, gold plating, and Swiss watches. It features sapphire glass-covered dials and even has a built-in safe with a ring inside. What makes this truly insane is that underneath all the bling, it rides exactly like a basic softail that costs under $20,000. This isn't just overpriced, it's in a completely different universe of bad value.